Hey everyone, Phil from 3DP UK here. I thought I'd bring another video on the Anycubic Kobra Max. There's quite a few of us in the community now that own one of these machines. Now, I've had the Kobra Max for a little over a year and a bit now, and brought quite a few videos, as you've all seen. And if you haven't already, check out my channel 3DP UK. Quite a lot of videos on the Kobra Max, anything from Cura settings and things like that. I know there's probably a lot of you out there that have better profiles than me now, but earlier on in the community and when this machine came out, it was very difficult to actually establish some sort of setting. But today I just thought I'd bring you a quick video on the leveling issues that everyone seems to have, especially with the stock profile, or stock firmware, sorry, from Anycubic. Now, the stock profile that they've put onto the motherboard is pretty poor, to say the least. And the fact that it's a 0.05 offset, and fractions make a difference, especially with the bed not being quite as level as we'd hoped. Now, right now I'm updating the firmware. The firmware that I'm actually using was something that was suggested by a member of the community. And that's the actual firmware is found on GitHub, which I'll drop a link in the description, and it's by a Wabbitguy. Now he does firmware updates, and we've chatted a few times online. And what this firmware actually brings us is the ability to continue to use pretty much the actual firmware that was originally on there, but with the addition of the fact that you can now do an M600 filament change, and the display will automatically show resume. With some of the other firmwares that have been brought out, the modified firmwares, that ability was lost, and I know that was a big concern to the community. Now, the other thing was that it does now a 55-point bed check, and I appreciate that some of the other firmwares have that, but it also gives you the ability to have 0.01 offset, which I think is obviously great, especially if you're doing the finest of tuning. The bed isn't as level as we'd all hoped, but also it's quite easy to swap over, and you get the color touchscreen, which you can probably just make out over on the right hand side here. Very easy to update. I'll drop a link to that in the description. Like I say, you want to make sure that the SD card is completely clear. I believe there's some restrictions as to what SD cards you can use, but I'm using an 8 gig one, and that seems to work okay, but I don't know the restrictions on that, so you may need to look up a bit more information on that. And you just simply make sure that there's nothing else on there, and you drop the files, which are at the bottom of the screen if you scroll down on the website, on the GitHub website, and you want to download the dwin_set.zip and the firmware.bin. So it's quite easy to do. Once you've done that, drop them both into your SD card and whack it into the front port. Make sure the machine is off. Once you've put the SD card in, flick the switch, you'll hear it go into, you'll see an Anycubic sign pop up on the screen, but no sort of opening music at the beginning, or their theme tune that they have on there. And it'll do a couple of bleeps. Just wait a while, and then once the screen pops up, it will show you that the firmware has been updated. Now, with mine, when I did that, it actually stayed with the Anycubic logo on the screen for about 2 or 3 minutes, so kind of baffled me as to why it did that. So I took a risk and popped the SD card out and flicked the switch to turn it on. Unfortunately, the firmware had been updated, and the screen color was still the same. So it was very easy to do. I don't think it's too much of an issue. So what you have on the screen is you have it also it displays during filament change all your settings as well, and you can click resume or stop if you choose to end the actual print itself, which is very rare, unless obviously you've got some serious issues there. like I say, on the website, on the GitHub website, it'll give you a lot more information than what I probably give you on this quick video. But also what I'm going to do is, at the end of this video, I'm going to drop a link into an STL file that I've created and modified specifically for the size of the bed. And what that does is it lays a line sort of zigzag all the way up across the bed, and you can check your offset, you know, and you can adjust it as it's going along. And what I do, which I'll show in at the end part of the video, is that I just adjust the offset as I'm going along, and that's what I'm going to show you now. Now we've done the firmware update with the 0.01 using Wabbitguy's modified firmware. Like I say, it's got a 0.01 offset now. Yeah, so what we're going to do is head over to that part of the video and show you the actual STL file, which I'll drop a link into the description as well, so you can all do that once you've updated the firmware, carried out your bed level, because you're going to need to re-level, and remember that any firmware change on the Kobra Max or in any printer, you will need to redo the PID check and your e-steps, because obviously you're taking it back to factory-ish standard, so always remember to redo your e-steps and PID tuning. So we're going to head over to that part of the video now, where I show you just the STL file that I've created, and you're more than welcome to use it, and it helps me, and it'll most likely help you. Okay, so what it's doing now is a pre-prime on the side of the bed, which is what I actually use for the first part of any of my prints, really. So right now, as you can see, the STL file I've created, I've done it so that it does like a line all the way up the bed to the most important parts, really. And you can adjust the offset as you go along, so you do that via the screen. So like I say, you can now adjust it in 0.01. Just take our time with it. And if you look underneath as it's laying down, you can slow the print down. So I'm going to take it down to say 60% speed, and you'll noticeably see it changes speed. There you go, so it's just slowing down now. Yeah. It normally goes for a cycle and then it slows down. As you can see, it's a lot slower now, and you can see these little lines building up. Now I've done it so that it does 2 or 3 layers up, so it does get thicker than this, and it sort of builds up by the side. But you can then see on the bed where it's unlevel. Now you can adjust the Z on that, obviously, and with it being 0.01, what might be good in the middle of the bed might not necessarily be good on the outside of the bed. But what you want to try and do is have a compromise between what's good in the middle and what's good on the edge. So you could compromise a little bit, and with it being such a fine-tuned offset, I find it's a lot easier now. And as you can see, this particular bed test that I'm doing, it was a modified one from another model on Thingiverse, but I've done it so that it, you know, it takes up the key area of what you're using the Kobra Max for. I'd say that collectively it's probably taken up about 80% of the build plate, with the exception of, you know, 5% on each side and the front and back. So as you can see, there are some areas at the very beginning on the left hand side that aren't quite layered, but I believe that's probably just where I've not used the Kobra Max for a few weeks because I had the Ender 5S1 and the Bamboo, so my attentions have been around that and some other reviews that I've been doing on my channel. Do check them out. I appreciate that you haven't got those machines most likely, but it's always good to get my watch time up on that. And as you can see, we could probably afford to take it up speed wise. Let's go to 100% again. it normally does a cycle, so at the moment it's still running through the 60% speed, and then it should ramp up on this next cycle along the next line, and there we go, it's starting to speed up a bit. You'll hear a bit of a drag on the head, so I'm probably going to have a look at that. There's a bit of a stutter to it. It could be simply down to the tension of the actual cable, so we can always have a look at that. But these are all fine-tuning parts that you can do. There's no any sort of firmware change will always incorporate. And that was my foot, if anyone wondered what that squeaking noise was. It was actually my foot, so there's no worries there. Now this is the area that I had a bit of a concern about. There didn't seem to be any filament coming through, which didn't seem to be the case again. So what I may need to do is just adjust the offset slightly. So let's just take it up a bit more. We seem to be getting some now. It's all about fine-tuning, really. And as you can see, it's just going through the cycle backwards and forwards. I really like this particular calibration STL. It really gives me an idea, and once you've got an idea of where you are with it, everybody's going to have different ways of working out whether their bed's calibration. A lot of people do mini squares, sort of calibration squares all the way across that only take up maybe 1 or 2 layers, which is obviously a good way of indicating as well. But I just find this a lot quicker, and you can ramp up the speed up to 100 and I think it's 140%. So let's do that, just sort of go through it a little bit quicker. And it seems to me that over this sort of, from say the first 2 lines over, seems okay, but the first 1 or 2 lines seem to be a bit shy on the filament, so that seems to be the area that dips down the most. Now I very rarely print over to the far left hand corner over here, to be fair. I find that a bit of a dead spot, but it seems to be that the coverage is really good hit along these parts here, and you can see that it's sticking really well as well. There's no lifting. Like I say, the juddering on the nozzle, it could simply be down to the speed, and also the eccentric nuts probably need a bit of changing. Like I say, I haven't used this machine for a good few weeks, and you'll be surprised how quickly the Kobra Max can fall out of calibration, especially if you're changing any firmware and stuff. But it's something to look at. So obviously going a lot faster now. And it's just going through that cycle. We seem to be getting a bit more along there now. Like I say, there does seem to be an area in the front left that doesn't seem to be covering as much, but we are getting some come through. But that's what this is all about, is adjusting your Z offset. And I just thought I'd quickly show you that. Like I say, I'll drop the link into Wabbitguy's GitHub page in the description, and I'll also drop a link in so that you can download this STL file. It's already been sliced, so you can put it straight onto your SD card, so you don't even need to put it through your slicer. It will have a prime line that it does on the far left hand corner. That's just part of my machine setup on Cura, so don't worry about that part. And then just adjust your Z offset as you're going along. I would suggest going down to about 50%, just to make sure that everything seems okay. You don't want to damage your bed. If you run slow, you're in more control of stopping or adjusting the Z offset, and go from there really. I think the actual print file takes about 10-15 minutes. Like I say, it probably does about 5 to 6 layers. and obviously if you slow it down it's going to take slightly longer, but at the end of it you know for sure that your Z offset is almost spot on. Like I say, you could probably see a bit of a judder on the filling head, as I've mentioned a few times now. That's something I'm going to have a look at and see whether it's something that could be adjusted. It could just simply be down to my eccentric nuts or the tension of this tension cable, so you can adjust it as it's going along, so it's no major problem there. Okay, so that was 3DP UK on the Kobra Max bed leveling and firmware update for the Wabbitguy. Like I say, 0.01 offset and some features where you can pause and add filament changes, so the M600 code, and it will automatically change to show to resume now, whereas on some of the other firmwares it has seems to block that, and it confuses everyone. So like I say, not too bad. Some issues to this far left hand corner and the slight judder to the actual filling head. These are all fixable issues, so don't worry about that. And like I say, drop a like and subscribe, and keep following the Facebook groups for Kobra Max, and keep sharing all your successes. That's what helps this community grow. Take care everyone. That's Phil from 3DP UK.